You wake up to the sound of sandals scraping against limestone. A low chant echoes in the Agora, the marketplace. But today it's not bartering that fills the air. Today, Athens itself is on trial. Your feet are bare. The clay tiles beneath you are cool from the early morning breeze blowing in from the Aegean. But the wind carries whispers, rumors like olive leaves in a storm. They will sentence him. He mocks the gods. He's corrupting our sons. And in your heart a question stirs. How could words be dangerous enough to demand death? You are 17, a student, though in Athens, to be a student of Socrates means being a target. You pull your hemation tighter across your shoulder, step into your sandals, and begin your walk to the Pnyx hill, where the people gather to decide the fate of a man armed with nothing but questions. A city of marble and shadows. Athens, 399 BCE. The sun slants sideways across marble colonnades and the dust-strewn streets of a city unsure of itself. Just a generation ago, Athens stood triumphant, the jewel of the Greek world. Now, defeated in the Peloponnesian War, it limps through reconstruction, scars of war still raw. The democracy is fragile. Enemies are internal as often as external. You pass men gathered beneath a fig tree, arguing over grain prices and Spartan spies. Nearby, a girl not much younger than you balances a basket of dates on her head, her bare feet silent on the worn stones. She glances at you. You glance away. You're not supposed to speak to her. Everyone watches everyone. The city smells of olive oil, honey bread, sewage, sea salt. Rich perfumes from symposiums mix with the sour sweat of workers who crush grapes and shape marble. At a crossroads, you see a young boy feeding pigeons near a statue of Athena. He lifts his hand as if in prayer, then wipes his nose with the same hand. Even gods must share space with grime. Athens is divided into classes: citizens, metics, foreigners, slaves. Only the citizens may vote. Only men of landowning families are considered truly free. Women stay indoors or visit fountains in the early morning. Religious duties are split by gender, but power is not. You live in a modest home with your mother and 2 younger brothers. Your father is a carpenter. He fought in the war and speaks little now. You sleep on straw mats, share olive paste and bread in the morning, and pray at the hearth where a small clay idol of Hestia watches silently. You finally see him, Socrates. He's not as tall as you imagined, not noble or polished like the statues. Broad-nosed, barefoot, wrapped in a threadbare cloak. Yet the men around him, merchants, stonemasons, even a few soldiers, stand as if before a storm cloud, watching, waiting. You slip in close. But if we imprison every man who questions us, we might as well imprison the city itself. Laughter, nervous. A merchant with a bristled beard scoffs. You mock everything, even the gods. No, Socrates says, turning toward him, only false certainty. His students, Plato among them, stand to the side. You are not one of them, not truly, but you listen, like many do. He teaches by asking, what is justice? What is love? Is courage found in the battlefield or the soul? He believes truth must be drawn out, not given. He questions the poets, the politicians, the priests, and many hate him for it. Your father says it's better to learn trade than riddles. Your mother fears the gods will punish anyone who sits near him. But you can't help it. Something in Socrates feels like waking up. And today he will defend his right to wake others. Before the assembly. The plenix is alive with motion. Almost 500 male citizens gather. Anyone who owns land and is over 30. That excludes you, but you slip between the columns and find a perch on the hillside. They will vote with pebbles, white for innocence, black for guilt. The accusers take the stage first. Meletus, young and sharp-eyed, speaks with disdain. Socrates questions everything, tradition, law, the gods. He turns our sons against us. The crowd stirs. You feel your stomach twist. It's not just about gods. It's fear. Fear of losing control. Fear of ideas that can't be held. Then Socrates stands. He does not beg, he does not flatter, he does not deny the charges. He speaks of the oracle who once said he was the wisest man alive. And I knew, Socrates says, that I was not wise, but I was wise enough to admit it. Some laugh. Others sneer. You hold your breath. He asks questions. If I corrupt the youth, who improves them? Do not good men seek truth, even when it's unpleasant? If I am to die for asking questions, what does that say of the city that raised me? You glance at the men near you. One weeps, another scowls. This is not just a trial, it is a mirror. At midday, the sun burns through cloudless sky. Sweat drips down your back as the jurors cast their stones. Whispers spread like wildfire, more black than white. The verdict, guilty. A sharp breath escapes your lips. Around you, silence, then murmurs. A woman sobs. Now comes the sentencing. Socrates could beg for exile. He does not. Instead, he proposes that he be rewarded for service to the city. Laughter, outrage. He smiles gently. You feel your eyes sting. The sentence is death by hemlock. He accepts it as he accepted life, without fear, without hatred. The rest of the day is quiet. The marketplace continues, but more slowly. You wander past the olive groves, past the temple of Hephaestus, past children playing knucklebones in the dust. Your heart is heavy. You eat little that evening, just lentil stew and barley bread. You remember Socrates once said, "Beware the barrenness of a busy life," and yet tonight the city feels barren in its stillness. At nightfall, a small group gathers in the prison. You are not there, but later you hear from Plato what happened. Socrates drank the hemlock. He spoke calmly to the end. He reminded them, the unexamined life is not worth living. He joked about offering a rooster to Asclepius, the god of healing. His last words, a gift of thanks for release. Days pass, then weeks. Some cheer his death, others mourn, many forget. But you do not. You walk the Agora with questions now. You listen more, speak less. You begin to write. You remember how he made you feel, not foolish but curious, not condemned but invited to think. Athens rebuilds. The gods are still worshipped, politics still swirl, but something has changed. A small fire has been lit. In you, in Plato, in others. You overhear quiet gatherings where Socratic questions spread in whispers. One girl quotes his words in secret beneath the olive trees. Another boy carves his name beside Plato's on the steps near the academy. And though Socrates is gone, the questions remain. You begin sneaking out at night. You meet others who listened, children of farmers, daughters of slaves. One boy has a limp, one girl has eyes like the sea. Together you speak what cannot be said in daylight. You discuss whether courage is silence or speech, whether a city can be good without being just. You write scrolls, hide them in temple walls. You eat grapes from stolen baskets. You drink watered wine. You fall in love, briefly, secretly. And then you are caught. A city elder hears you question the war heroes. He threatens your father's livelihood. You are summoned to speak in the small court of the Demes. Your voice trembles. And then you remember Socrates. You speak. You ask, not answer. You raise the question they fear most. If justice is what we say it is, how do we know when it has left us? The court falls silent. They do not punish you, not yet, but they remember you. And in the quiet that follows, you feel a new life beginning. You lie down in your small room beneath the stars. The night air is cool. You hear the distant hum of the sea. Would you have had the courage to speak like him? Would you have dared to question the city, the gods, the comfort of ignorance? Most people don't. But you wonder. And in that wondering, you carry Socrates with you, even now, even here.